Danny Webster, Las Vegas Review-Journal. Bruce, when Noah got here, a lot of the talk was how everything was similar in terms of the style of play between Calgary and this group. But for him to come into this playoff run, 2 game-winning goals, just how, I guess, calm and how important has he been? No matter where you put him on the pairs, he's been able to deliver.
Yeah, I think that's the good thing for us is that the way it played out, we didn't have the opportunity to build one pair for 6 weeks or whatever it was, So at the end of the day, sometimes that's good for a player because all he does is go to the rink saying, I just got to play my game. And the guy beside me, he'll play his game and we'll trust each other to play our games, type of thing. And as opposed to, some of the other stuff that goes into it. When you have a partner, you rely on certain things. Now it's like, I got to make sure I'm ready because, there's a new person beside me. So that's the advantage of that. And yeah, he's a good hockey player. He can finish some plays. He's done a good job for us in all areas. We needed a goal tonight, right? Like we were struggling early to finish, generated a ton of chances. It was a great goaltended game, but someone had to break through and happened to be him. So good on him. Jumped on a loose puck. It's something he can do. He's certainly got good instincts offensively in terms of being assertive and on his toes. And that's what happened up there too, right? The goalie snuck into the slot and found a loose puck. So similar situations. It took him a little while longer. And don't forget Kolasar's screen, right? I don't know if it goes in without, the guy at the net front. So that's what it took to beat Ottinger tonight was, one that I'm not sure he saw. Only he can tell you that. But good combination of play there from those players on the ice.
Ken, Alan, Chris.
Ken Bolkison, Mindot Vegas, in Game 4 you decided to go to, or Game 5 you went to Hill, and then you went back to him after the loss. What can you say about him kind of coming through in that moment?
Yeah, what a game for goaltenders. It's a 0-0 game in the third. Sometimes those are snooze fests, right? But it wasn't tonight. I think it was one of those games that the goalies were just the 2 dominant players in the game, and eventually something had to give and went our way. So good for Hilly. I thought we played better in front of him than we have the last few games in terms of whoever was in nets. But he had to make saves. They've been blowing the zone a little bit. Dadonov got behind us and forced big, I don't know if he saved or went over the net, but still, there was a couple of bang plays early on there. We turned one over in the second period on when they got in. I think it was Seguin again, right? Got in. Fortunate play for them. They come out of the box, they're on a breakaway, right? And those are some of the breaks you need a little bit. They get a break coming out of the box, right? And all of a sudden they're in a breakaway. So you're going to need that save. That's something that can really give you juice. Take some out of your own team, right? You go, geez, we've played pretty well. Now so good for Hilly on that situation. And lock it down in the third. I thought we did a good job in front of him, but he's got to fight through screens and traffic. A little more low to high play in the third. So good on him. He's been here. He shut out Dallas before. Did it last year. Twice, I believe. So how about a 4th time, Hilly? That's what we're looking for, right? So I'm sure they'll have something to say about that and have a game plan for him. But listen, you're not advancing without good goaltending. I think you've seen that from both sides. There hasn't been a poor game from the goaltenders at all. So it's one of those series where they're dictating a lot of the outcomes.
Alan.
Hey, Bruce. Alan Snell, LV Sports Biz. After you seized the 1-0 lead, so some teams might go in a shell and try to kind of take it to the finish line. It seemed like the team actually was more even aggressive. I was wondering about your characterizing how the team played after the 1-0.
Listen, we you try to address those things on the bench. It's you can call it playing for the next goal without being reckless, but it's hey, stay aggressive, stay assertive, stay with what we're doing. Good high forward, be active when you need to be. Just manage the puck, right? No hope plays, right? I think that's where you got to be mature because once you're on the ice, that's what happens. So there's always going to be a few plays you'd want back, but in general, I thought we managed that well. Tried to put them on their heels and get the next goal. Sometimes as a result of doing that, the other team's pressing, they're not defending as well because they want to get going the other way. So you can really eat up clock time if you're not scoring. And I thought we did a good job with that. Eventually, when they did get the puck, we were fresh because we hadn't been defending a lot, and they were a little tired because it took them a while to get it. So now they don't have the legs or energy to create the offense. So, I mean, that's what you'd like to do every time. Trust me, I think every coach would tell you they'd love to, get the next one and keep going. It's just easier said than done some nights.
Chris, then Paul.
Hey, Bruce. Chris Chapman, Fox Sports Las Vegas. There was a sequence in the second period. You guys are on the power play, and Marchessault hits a post, and they take the puck. They turn and go back up the other way.
That went in, didn't it?
I thought so.
They missed that in the review? Because
Absolutely.
It sure looked like from the bench, and the crowd was going bananas, and I can't see from there, everyone's standing up. I honest to God, I don't know, anyway, I thought it hit the mesh, it came out. But anyway, sorry to interrupt.
No, all good. So they take it, they go the other way, but Adin comes up with a big save at the other end. And Mark kind of talked about the range of emotions on the bench. Just what are you going through when a sequence like that develops?
Listen, you're kind of, I think in season, you're always like, well, how the hell did the breakdown happen? And but right away, you're just like, listen, it's hockey. It's playoff hockey. Miss at one end, down the other, save at each end. You're almost just enjoying it, like the great offensive play from our team and the great save from our team, right? So that's a little bit of what happens in the playoffs. Things can go back and forth. And I thought it opened up the game a little bit at different times, especially the first period, right? We had some good looks early. All of a sudden, they're coming at us in a breakaway. It sure felt like an entertaining 1-0 or 0-0 game if you're watching it on TV at home or here or whatever. So that's just part of the game sometimes. You got to live with. And I liked our pace. I liked our attack mentality. There's no way you're going to be able to attack all game and not have something come back at you either. It's, that's wishful thinking. So you got to live with, some of the chances they're going to get. And, your goalie has to match their goalie. So that's the way it was. Our power play, I don't think, generated well enough tonight to give us that lead. But at the end of the day, they got a good kill. We got a kill when we needed it. So, that's how I saw that.
Last two, Paul, then Danny.
Hi, Bruce. Paul de los Santos, NHL.com. Did you make any adjustments to kind of get more possession in the neutral zone? It seems like you were much better with the puck management in the neutral zones, particularly on entries.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll look at that. I mean, we look at, listen, at the end of the day, they've done a really good job of taking away the middle of the ice. We pride ourselves in that too. So there's room outside. So that's what we did. We just tried to say, okay, we've got to get the puck outside and then take the ices there. You're probably not making a lot of east-west plays in the neutral zone, and we did. We didn't, unless it's a turnover, block shot, something to that effect. So we took what was there for the most part. A couple of times we didn't. Seguin's on a breakaway to try to force something. So we got to stick with the plan a little bit there and understand that it's not going to be through the middle of the ice, tic-tac-toe plays. Now, once you're in their zone, at some point you got to attack inside. We know that. And I thought we did a better job of that, how we spaced our forwards out. But that's what we did in the neutral zone. And I think for the most part, we'll do it again if that's what's there. And if they make an adjustment, then, maybe we can make some plays through the middle of the ice. But listen, I don't think they've defended well. So I'm sure that, that's probably going to be an option for us again. And hopefully we're, going to take that when we get out in the ice and not try to force something that's not available and make a play if it is available.
Last one, Danny.
Bruce, just going back to Adin real quick. We talked about Logan and the confidence that he kind of developed in the last month of the season and even in the first 4 games of the series. And obviously with Adin being up and down toward the end of the season, can it easily be said that the confidence is high now, or is it just the fact that it's the playoffs and he's turning it on another gear?
At the end of the year, I think the funny part was Adin. He was feeling better about his game. You could see it in practice. Pucks were finding their way in, right? So now was it one of those that you're going to go through during the year no matter what, and it happened to be in March where it's a little more magnified than maybe December. But at the end of the day right now, I think he's put 2 good games together. Obviously a great game tonight, so I thought he was solid up there. So his confidence should be more in, hey, it's playoffs, I've been there before, right? He should be sort of washing a bit of what happened this year in the regular season, once he came back the second time. He obviously started the year terrific and thinking more about, hey, what did I do in the playoffs last year? And that should be what he's drawn on, in these playoffs now, and try to sort of put behind him some of the stuff that didn't go his way. That's how I assume he's taking it. He should have confidence. He just pitched a shutout and made some really high-end saves. Team's playing well in front of him. So their goalie, I'm sure, is confident. You're seeing confident goaltenders, and that's, Logan was confident. That's why they're making stops. I think when you feel good about your game, you're going to be better, right? So that's what we're seeing. And for us, it's just a matter of being one better up there on Sunday.
Thanks, Bruce.
Thank you.